Hello friend, in this video tutorial we will learn about the singleton design pattern. Here we have a few points about the singleton design pattern. Singleton design pattern come under a creational design pattern. It is a series of gangs of four. Second point, only one instance will create of a class. Third, must have a global access point to create the instance of a class. These are the steps to implement the singleton design pattern. We will read one by one. First, private constructor to restrict instantiation of the class from other classes. Second, private static variable of the same class that is the only instance of the class. Third, public static method that return the instance of the class. This is global access point for outer world to get the instance of the singleton class. And different approaches to create the singleton design pattern. So we can see here these are the different approaches we can implement singleton with the help of these approaches. First, eager initialization. Third, static block initialization. Third, lazy initialization. Fourth, thread safe singleton. Five, Bilfug singleton implementation, and using reflection and to destroy singleton pattern, enum singleton, and serialization and singleton. So these are the different approaches we can implement the singleton design pattern in a Java. Now in this video tutorial we will learn about the first three approach of singleton design pattern. So we are going to learn about these three steps in this video tutorial. Let's move on the practical. We will check with that. So I created a project singleton design pattern. In that I just created the class only. So first we will check with eager initialization of singleton design pattern. First I'll create the private constructor of this class. So we cannot create the instance of this class from outside the class. Yeah, so first we need to create the private constructor. Next, I'll create a class type constant variable. So it should be private static final and return type, like it should be a class type, and I'll create and I'll initialize directly object here. So new singleton demo. So this is the eagerly be initialized eagerly object for this constant variable, right? Next, I'll create the method like a get instance. So with the help of this method, we can get instance of this class from the outside the class. I mean from out of the world. Yeah. So public static return type should be class type. Get instance. Yeah. And return instance. So I just created the variable. It's like class type, and from this method we can get the object of this class from outside the class. Let's be test it. Yeah, so I created the singleton demo test class, and that I already created things for testing. Okay, so okay, okay. So I'll import this. Call the get instance method. Demo1, demo1, demo2. I created an object, and yeah, and here I just printed the hash code of this class. So I think name of method get instance, not correct. Yes, sure. What is this? Okay, let me check. I had just printing the hash code of both this object. Now we will run this program, right? So you can see we have a same hash code. So on each and every call, we are calling the get instance method from outside the world, from other class. We just getting the same object, right? So as per Singleton design pattern, we are getting the same object of the class. There is one drawback of eager initialization approach. You can see here we directly created the object of class. So whenever this class will load, object will created, whether we require the use of this class or not. So this is the drawback of eager initialization approach. Okay, now we will check with static block initialization. So I had already created the sample class for that. So basically I will copy the code from this class because a lot of code will be used in this. So I just copied and pasted in this class. I just corrected the error. Yes. So in this approach, I'll not initialize this directly here, right? I just build this and create the static block. And from static block, I'll initialize this. So in eager initialization and static initialization, there is only one difference. I can initialize this from the static block. But yeah, both the things will load at the loading of class. But there is only one opportunity we can handle the exception with the help of try catch block. So inside the static block initialization, right? But in eager initialization, we cannot handle this. Okay. So yeah, so this is the approach. So here I will remove the final keyword. Then this is the initializations instance of instance by using a static block. Now we will check with lazy initialization of singleton design pattern. So simply I had created the class, then I'll copy the code from this class. It's already copy selected. Yeah, then I copy and paste inside that, and I remove unused import, and I just this, and I will also remove the final keyword, and we won't get instance method, and we also want the private constructor. Why it is not copied? Yeah, I think it's not copied. So I copied a private constructor. I'll paste here. It was already, sorry. Okay, so I created the private constructor and this and this. In this case, I'll make a check here. If instance is equals to null, then instance will create, otherwise it will return a existing. Okay, so this is the lazy initialization of singleton. So it will return the object on demand. So at the time of loading, it will not create the instance. So it is good as point of view memory, and it will return will on demand. So thank you for watching this video. Thanks. We will create a next video for the same.